to stay alive no matter what the world throws at us. That being said, we put together a list of the top 5 incredible human survival stories. Number 5. Aron Ralston. In 2003, Aron Ralston was hiking alone in southeastern Utah. While he was descending down a canyon, a loose boulder became dislodged and fell on top of him, and crushed his right hand against the canyon wall. Ralston tried to pull his arm free, but the heavy boulder would not budge despite his best efforts. He spent 5 days in the canyon, slowly sipping the small amount of remaining water he had. He then realized that he was going to die unless he amputated his right arm to free himself from the boulder. Ralston then successfully amputated his own arm using a small 2-inch knife from his multi-tool, and in doing so he was able to free himself from the boulder. After freeing himself, Ralston then managed to climb back out of the canyon and found help a few miles away. Ralston lost 40 pounds and 25% of his blood volume, but he miraculously survived. The Hollywood film 127 Hours is based off Ralston's story. Number 4. Márina Chapman. In the 1950s, Márina Chapman was just 4 years old before an unsuccessful kidnapping attempt left her stranded in the Colombian jungle. Unable to find food, Márina wandered through the jungle and discovered a clan of Capuchin monkeys. These monkeys accepted her into their clan and taught her to climb trees, forage, and even hunt for food. After about 4 years of living in the jungle, Márina found a human village and started stealing fruit and rice from their crop fields. But she was eventually captured and enslaved by the Colombian drug mafia, where she was forced into hard labor. A number of years passed before a concerned neighbor rescued Márina from her enslavement. Márina was aged 14 by the time she was eventually rescued. Number 3. José Salvador. José is the world's longest surviving castaway, who spent 13 months adrift on a small fishing boat in 2014. He was embarked on a fishing voyage accompanied by his co-worker Ezequiel. Shortly after embarking, their small topless boat was blown off course by a powerful storm that lasted 5 days. After the storm subsided, the boat was damaged beyond repair. José actually managed to call his boss at this moment on a two-way radio to ask for help, but the radio's battery died before he could relay his coordinates. Nonetheless, José's boss organized an extensive search party, but they weren't able to find a trace of the missing men. As days became weeks, José and his co-worker began scavenging for food by using makeshift fishing rigs. They were able to catch fish, turtles, and even birds to sustain themselves. After about 4 months, José's co-worker Ezequiel allegedly became sick from the raw fish and died shortly thereafter. José then survived by himself for another whole year before he finally located a tiny desolate island, which turned out to be a remote corner of the Marshall Islands, 6,000 miles away from his initial course. 2 inhabitants on the island found and rescued José and brought him back to civilization. José survived the ordeal, but he now faces a $1 million lawsuit from his co-worker's family. They allege that José cannibalized Ezequiel to survive, but José strongly denies this accusation. Number 2. Harrison O'Keefe. In 2013, Harrison O'Keefe was a 29-year-old cook who was working on board the Jackson 4 ship in the Atlantic Ocean. While sailing through a storm, the vessel got struck by powerful ocean swells, which caused the ship to rapidly capsize and then sink. O'Keefe happened to be in the bathroom at the time, but unfortunately he was unable to evacuate the room before the ship sunk. Trapped in the bathroom, O'Keefe went down with the ship as it sunk to the bottom of the ocean floor. 2 days passed before a salvaging team was hired to reclaim bodies from the sunken ship. One of the salvage divers was equipped with a helmet camera, and this is what he recorded.
On the ceiling, yeah? Okay. What's that? Okay. All right, you found one, yeah? He's alive, he's alive. Okay, keep him there. All right, just, all right, just keep him there and keep him calm, okay? All right, just reassure him, pat him on the shoulder. Okay. All right. All right.
Miraculously, the salvage team found O'Keen alive at the bottom of the ocean. He had somehow found a small air pocket which provided enough oxygen for him to live. He was alone for 2 days in the complete darkness and freezing cold, not even knowing if he was dead or alive, until he sees the lights from the salvage divers. But as legend has it, the cook always survives. The salvaging team successfully rescued O'Keen from the sunken ship. Finally, number 1, Julianne Kuepwe. In 1971, Julianne was working as a flight attendant on board Lanza Flight 508. A few hours into the flight, a large bolt of lightning blew the entire fuselage of the aircraft apart. The plane subsequently broke up in midair and crashed into the Amazon rainforest below, killing all passengers on board, except Julianne. According to reports, as the plane was breaking apart, Julianne's seat became separated from the rest of the aircraft. She then free-falled 10,000 feet before finally hitting the ground below. Julianne somehow survived the fall with only a broken collarbone, a large cut to her right arm, and a punctured right eye. But unfortunately, Julianne had another problem to deal with. She was stranded in the middle of the Amazon rainforest with no food, no water, and no tools. But she was not going down without a fight. Although she was highly disoriented and concussed, Julianne decided to hike out of the rainforest to seek rescue. For 11 days, she stumbled through the rainforest until she eventually discovered a logging camp and was rescued shortly thereafter. Some experts refute elements of Julianne's story, but many experts believe she was able to survive the 10,000-foot fall due to severe thunderstorm updrafts, which may have slowed down her descent. The thick canopy of the Amazon rainforest also may have cushioned her fall. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and check out my previous top 5 video on ship launches gone wrong.